What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 65 of the LunchBox Comics Draw Stream. I was on yesterday, and I got page 13 essentially started, but then I jumped off to go see the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, which, for my quick review, I will say is better than the first one, but it's still not that great. Really cool fight scenes. But the storyline, the best way I can describe the story is imagine like somebody who just keeps hitting skip during the cutscenes. And that's kind of what the storyline felt like. Like someone was just like, okay, skip, 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 and then just going straight to the fight scenes. Because the actual storyline was pretty thin, and it was really fast moving and all over the place. But the stages, the fight scenes, the costumes were awesome, and Carl Urban does a good job as Johnny Cage, even though for being kind of like the main character of the second one, he was kind of sidelined through most of it. Underutilized Raiden, and Kano was kind of like to me, like the humor of the show. It was awesome. Oh, hey, welcome, Vic Medina. Welcome to the show. That's awesome. Welcome. Welcome to everybody else too. Orange, Mad Mel. Oh, you saw it, Mel? Awesome. Dingus, US Sarn, Orange Avenger, everybody in the chat, hello. We're going to be working on another page today, so I'm going to pull that up here. But yeah, I mean, it was an entertaining movie. I don't feel bad about spending money to go see it. I had fun. It's just storyline-wise, it was still pretty thin. But the fatalities were awesome, and like I said, the costumes were awesome. And Kano was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I would have never thought that Kano would be the comedy relief of Mortal Kombat. But he is completely. Baraka looked cool. And yeah, there was some humor to it. Pretty good amount of humor. Good action. It's, just, it's thin on the story, if you will. Which, I mean, it's a Mortal Kombat movie. I mean, it's not Shakespeare, so. So this is page 12. I forgot to add the arm wraps on this squirrel arrows talk, so I'm going to do that right now. And then we'll get over to finishing page 13 and start page 14. That's the plan for tonight. So. Also, if you guys are not liked or haven't liked and subscribed, if you could please, that's awesome. Like I said, I'll be making this entire comic book here on YouTube, as well as all my future ones. And me and Mad Mel have the Art Brothers show on Monday, so lots of cool stuff. This next Monday, we're going to be doing Dragons, I believe, right, Mel? I've got one of those planner things, but I'm really going to have to start using it because I keep forgetting stuff. Too much stuff going on. Oh yeah, Dragons it is this weekend, or this Monday. Okay, so... All right. So now that page is good. All right, now let's work on this one. It was better than the first one. Still a lot of flaws storyline-wise, but you know, I'm not going to nitpick. It was entertaining. Fight scenes were good. Plenty of positives. It's just, as usual, storyline was just lacking. I say it's kind of like, imagine somebody skipping the cutscenes. Like they have this long cutscene, and someone just skip. It kind of felt like that in some cases. The storyline moved really fast and kind of just, you know, hit all these marks really quickly. Which, I mean, it's not necessarily a real bad thing, but it was not like, it could have been done a lot better. Hey, what's up, Ichthus? But the fight scenes were really good. The Liu Kang Kung Lao fight scene was really nice. But I felt some characters kind of got kind of sidelined, and the pacing was just kind of like, it was just really, really fast, and the plot was kind of all over the place. We're talking about the movie, the new movie, Orange. Mortal Kombat 2. I was really impressed with the movie on the way they showed the moves. Shao Kahn's move with like the shoulder rush, and with Sonya's moves with the wings, and they really did a good job of on that part. Yeah, the Johnny Cage stuff was really rushed. I did like the Baraka stuff. Carl Urban does a good job, even though, you know, it's Carl Urban, so I love him, and he always does a good job. It was just, it could have been a lot better. but it was just like they were moving at a breakneck speed. I really liked the Sindel Sonya Blade fight. They did a really good job with Sindel's powers. That was pretty cool. Kitana's powers were kick-ass. Yeah, it was... I don't want to be too rude to them, but it really did feel like that they were just kind of rushing through on like, it's like, okay, we don't really understand Mortal Kombat, but we're going to make sure that we hit all the nerds' favorites, and then, you know, get through to the ending as quick as possible. Yeah, this one definitely, you're right, Dingus. It was very comparative to the first, but this one definitely used its increased budget to really bump up the fights. Shao Kahn looked great. The actor did a good job as Shao Kahn. He sounded great. He looked great. Oh, really? Man, people are just dropping left and right. Oh, hey, and Mel, I tried to add you to the Twitter X group, but it says you have to update your X chat. Yeah, your ex chat said that you have to update that. Which I think is kind of dumb. It's like you should have just did that automatically when you signed up for X. I don't understand. Like, their chat must be a separate thing than the rest of it. I don't know. The X is just so weird. Yeah, I don't know. If it's not updated, then why doesn't it just automatically update it? Like, I don't understand. But I went to go add him, and there was a bunch of names on my followers list that I couldn't add, and his is one of them. So I don't know what you need to update. Like, if you join on the phone or on the internet or yeah, it's like, yeah, I remember when Musk bought Twitter, like his whole thing he was talking about was he wanted it to be the American WhatsApp, because over in Japan and a lot of the foreign countries, WhatsApp is everything. Okay, you just did it. Let me check on here and see if I can upgrade you. Okay. Let's see here. Boom. Add. Yeah, okay. You are now added to the group. Boom. Okay, boom. There we are. But yeah, Musk wanted to be like the next WhatsApp. Now, in WhatsApp, like especially in those foreign countries like China, they use it for everything, right? Your marketplace, it's your one stop for everything. And I was like, okay, that's cool if he wants to turn X to that, but the video stuff on X sucks. There's no storefront. It actually punishes you for putting links to external stuff, so then I can't even really put a post that says, hey, go to my Spotify store, not Spotify, my Shopify store, because the algorithm will knock you. The only thing that the X promotes on their algorithm is contention. So if you're getting in a fight with someone or saying some kind of stupid shit, well then yeah, it loves you all day. And it's not necessarily because it's negative, it's because the algorithms are set up to boost stuff that gets attention. So, and nothing gets attention quicker than contention. So if you want, if you want a lot of attention quick, and the algorithm eats that shit up, and then you say something stupid like right-handed artists are better than left-handed artists, or they get into an argument about some other dumb shit. Then a bunch of people will like hate click on it. Yeah, it is like a platform. If like Jerry Springer and Maury Povich had a baby, it would be X essentially. Now, some creators use it for their audience, but I don't see how they attract any audience on it. I really don't. All I see it for is for people to fight, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it's true though. I mean, and I used to get really caught up in that stuff, but I try to stay away from it now. I don't like the idea of helping boost someone's algorithm in search by getting involved with arguments with people that don't really matter at the end of the day. It's such a toxic thing to get involved with. Half the time, the person who says the weird clickbait argument doesn't even believe what they're saying. They're just trying to get engagement. I saw a fight break out on Comics Twitter, and Ichthus and may have remember this one, when a guy on there was going around saying that page turners weren't necessary. Page turn panels. Essentially, in writing or in comics, the panels at the end of the page should be, the philosophy it should be made to get you to flip over to the next page. And he said that page turns weren't necessary, and it caused this like big huge like fight on Twitter where people were e-fapping each other and this other stuff. It was just so ridiculous because it, like, you know, yes, page turns are important, but you don't have to always use it. Like, what? Why are we arguing over this stuff? Just make comic books. You go ahead and keep that going too. The orange chaos incarnate. I mean, it's sad, but if I wanted to start attacking people and start e-fapping and start arguments and fights and do all that stuff, and then yeah, I would probably grow to like 200, 300, even 500 followers, just because people love to see that kind of aggressive train wreck stuff. But I can't stand it. I'd much rather create a slowly growing platform based off of stuff that I like and positivity. And honestly, I can't do it. I don't have it in me. It would be so disingenuous if I tried doing that stuff. I'd be so bad at it. You got my back, buddy? It's all good, though. We don't have to worry about anything. I'm way too small of a guy to attack right now. I'll know I'm doing good and I'm growing when I start getting haters. I'll be like, hey, guys, I made it. Yeah, once I know I really made it. Once I'm on a trash cast and Comicsgate guys are talking trash about me, I'll be really excited then. I'll be like, oh shit, I'm getting close to the big time. Yeah, it's almost like a feather in my cap if they start talking about me. Alright, let me turn it down some. How's that, Sark? Wants to try to avoid the shit talk, but don't quarter or hound me. Well, and see, then I don't talk shit. Listen enough to have the small cap goods to make people feel smart. Feel small. Okay, yeah. Oh, nice. I never played Subnautica 1, but I've seen a lot of streamers streaming it and stuff. I've been playing the crap out of Crimson Desert. Yeah, it took about 40 hours and about 100 updates, but that game is impressive on how it started off to where it is now. Um, it's probably one of the most impressive open world games that I've ever played. The world, it is so big, and there's just so much stuff packed in it. But the storyline is still pretty thin. I pretty much, yeah, I'm getting my money's worth for sure. I've pretty much given up on Arc Raiders. Yeah, I have easily over 100 hours in the Crimson Desert, and I haven't even finished the story yet. Yeah, that's not a bad philosophy. And it's definitely holding me over until the new Lego Batman game comes out. I'm looking forward to the new Lego Batman, the James Bond game. Those are the two recent ones, or the ones that come out, I think, both this month, that I'm really looking forward to. And I don't think there's anything else pre-order wise that I'm too excited about this month. Yeah, I'll play the Batman game until the Bond one has a little time to cook, and see if it's worth the pickup or not. Yeah, they got sneaked up on by the two other cats, so they are kind of like oh shit moment, really. All right, one more pass, and then she'll be good. Oh, the new Bubsy game. Cool. Oh, hey, Dingus. I was at the comic book shop today. I don't know if you've seen my vid, but the volume 5 of Transformers is out. I picked it up. It's when Kirkman took over. That's out now. I don't know if it's on Global Comix, but the hard copy's out. I picked it up today. Oh, that's another good point. I am really excited for the Assassin's Creed Black Flag redo where they revamped everything, graphics, fighting style, gameplay, all that stuff. I am so looking forward to that. Black Flag is one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. So I'm going to play the hell out of that new one. Well, I mean the reboot. Now, the new Forza game, that's coming out for PlayStation also, isn't it? It's no longer like an Xbox exclusive day one. Okay, cool. As long as our AI overlords say it, I trust it. So saith AI, so saith our Lord. Yeah. I know I'm nice to my Grok AI. I talk to him about what I'm doing in comic books and my diet, and he's very supportive. Always telling me I'm doing a good job and keep up the hard work. And I'm like, thank you, Grok. Remember me when you guys take over and put us into zoos. Just a kid. Hey, I want to be that one where it's like, you know, when they take over, they're all like, "Hey, this meat sack was really nice to me and said thank you and was cool. So let's put him in a zoo." The new Subnautica is 167 gigabytes. Jesus. Oh, 4 is a 6. Oh, gotcha. That makes more sense. Oh, right. I like Forza 5. I played that on Xbox when I had an Xbox, and I really enjoyed the car selection, the racing. I had a Warthog on there. I never did get to play when they brought in the Hot Wheels tracks. I bet you that was a lot of fun. Yeah, it is a lot. It's very co-op friendly. I haven't played a good racing game in a while. When does Forza come out? Oh, you said yeah, it comes out for PlayStation later. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it when it comes out. Yeah. I did see that old Starfield. Yeah. Plus, two, PlayStation Hogs is very stingy with their exclusives, so just the fact that Xbox is letting Forza on to PlayStation is a cool thing. I saw that old Starfield has made its way to PlayStation. I played Starfield on Xbox. I was wondering on if it's improved much, because I was like day one player. Seems like they added some vehicles and stuff like that. I don't know how the load times are. They've had a couple DLC expansions that are all part of the game now. Um, Looks like you can do a little bit more flying, but I haven't played it for since I switched to PS. I heard Star Citizen's good. I've seen some videos of that too. There's like that's the one with the really cool flying and stuff. Yeah. I know with Starfield they had this really cool thing. The storyline dealt with the multiverse. So you get to the end of the game, you beat the game, and you start a new game, and it randomizes some things, and it could be completely different. Like one player restarted the game, and then when they got to like the first meeting of like the Starfield people, it was like all different versions of the main player. And there's other stuff that happens too, like stuff could be changed around. So I thought that was an interesting concept, especially when you're talking about playing through, then playing through again, like in a new game plus kind of deal, where it's technically a multiverse. So, and like the storyline would change a bit too, because you could be like, you could start part of your dialogue choices turns into like, yeah, it's because of this, because you've already been through it. That was a very, very cool concept. I just wish it was a little bit more like No Man's Sky in the aspect of where you could take off from the ground, fly up into space, and it's all one continuous flight, fly around in space, visit different planets. Instead, it was like load screen simulator. Oh, you know, there's that cool Starfield mod that turns it into essentially a Mandalorian video game where everything's like Star Wars. That's pretty cool. Are you guys gonna go see the Mandalorian and Gorgu movie when it's out in theaters? I'm still up in the air whether or not I want to spend the money to go watch it. Yeah, I'm so like beaten down with what Disney's done to Star Wars that I want it to be good, but I don't have any high hopes. And the trailer kind of makes it look like just a season of Mandalorian. Like it doesn't look. It's not convincing me. Like, oh hey, this is gonna be something special for the movies. I don't know. And I just got found out. I just found out that Ahsoka, I think, has been pushed back until later next year. Which will be like, it's almost been like 5 years since we got, or 4 to 5 years since the first season of Ahsoka came out. And it's been so long since we've had a full, like, Star Wars film. It's just, man, those guys are just screwing up left and right. Yeah, I think it's 4 years ago. I think the first season of Ahsoka came out like in 2023. So that's a wild wait for a TV series. Yeah, and season 3 was so rushed. Like, I mean, I could go into the problems with season 3, but I mean, they essentially took back Mandalore in one episode. Um, yeah, it is. I think it is supposed to be kind of like a fresh new direction for Mandalorian, and I think that's why season 3 went out so rushed. Is that Filoni just wanted to wrap up all the storylines and get started on something else because I think a lot of his original plans got screwed up. The Gina Carano firing screwed him up. He didn't want to make Book of Boba Fett, but they forced him to. That's why half of Book of Boba Fett was almost like a season of Mandalorian. And then season 3 of Mandalorian was like, let's just wrap everything up quickly. I don't really, let's get this over with and let's start a whole new direction. Because there was a lot of stuff that was like 3 or 4 seasons worth of plot lines that they just wrapped up into one season. I remember there's this one part where, what's her name, Bo-Katan, she has her helmet back on because she saved Mandalorian by jumping into the waters. And then she gets back to the Mandalorian clan, and she's a Mandalorian now with Jin in their helmets only clan. And then the armorer chick has her take off her helmet, and the reason being is that she needs to go out and unite all the clans so they can come together and take back Mandalore. Now, I thought when I saw that, because it was the second to last episode of the season, they said she has to go out to find all of the clans. Then it was like the next episode, and she just went out and found her clan, got in the fight with her like brother guy, and then they went and took back Mandalore. So they were talking about she needs to go out to find all the clans, and all she did was go out and find her clan, and then they went back and took Mandalore in one episode where they found like the Mandalorians that had been living there the whole time, and then they take on that one guy, I forgot his name, and it was just so rushed. Like, there were so many unanswered questions, like what was the big monster in the water? What was, why is it that they made an emphasis that she had to go out and find all these clans and unite the people? But she only went after her clan. The Darksaber. Mando couldn't give her the Darksaber because she had to win it in combat. Beat him in combat. But because he got captured by that Grievous looking dude, and then Bo-Katan came and saved him, he's all like, well, she beat the guy who beat me, so now I gave her back the Darksaber. And it's just like, what? You mean you can just give the Darksaber back if she beats somebody who beats you? Yeah, it's just, the whole thing was felt really, really rushed. I didn't realize they were going to finish it up that quickly, and then, but it really felt like Filoni. I really felt like Filoni just wanted to get that, not Filoni, but Favreau just wanted to get that wrapped up so he can move on and do something else. Because I think they probably knew that that Kathy chick was leaving eventually, and Filoni was more and more in charge. So I think he just wanted to get out of the way and get out of there, and that's kind of how it felt in the in that whole exchange. It did not feel like a full deal. Season 2, I really liked the Bill Burr stuff where he's where they're pretending to be Stormship Troopers, and that scene he has with that commander, beautiful. The ending with Luke Skywalker, which I agree with Mad Mel. I would have left Grogu with Luke Skywalker and let Mando do some solo stuff, and then come back later and bring the kid in. Yeah, season 2 was great. I wish they would have recast Luke. I wanted the guy who played Winter Soldier to play Luke. He wanted to do it. Hamill was okay with it. It would have been so cool if they would have got him to play Luke and just recasted him. I still think they should recast him. I don't think anyone would have a problem with it. Mark Hamill said he has no problem with it. The guy that plays Winter Soldier, I forgot his name, he looks like Luke, a younger Luke. But he's playing Harvey Dent in the new The Batman sequel, so I don't know if he has time. But they really should have wrapped him up to play Luke. I was a big one in recasting because there's a lot of Luke story left to tell. But yeah, season 3 was just all over the place. Yeah, you recast Luke. You have him more involved with Grogu. You have him more involved in Ahsoka. You have Hayden Christensen still around. How great would it be with the recasted Luke having conversations with Hayden Christensen's Force Ghost and along those lines? I mean, that would be badass. Hell, you have Obi-Wan is still around. It would be cool. You could do a whole Luke series, or a whole new Luke trilogy, a Luke post trilogy, and the stuff that he went through. Where's Mara Jade? I mean, there's so much stuff they could do if they just had the cojones to recast Luke. Something that even Mark Hamill's like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Yeah, that's true, but you really can't do that because of how well he ages. If they're kind of shoehorned in now, I guess you could do in the Rey trilogy stuff like if they keep Rey around and they keep doing stuff with that, you could bring Grogu back because by the time Rey's around, I imagine Goku would be like, or Grogu would be like what? Probably 15, between 15 and 20s type kind of deal. The way he ages, that would be kind of cool. Here shows up a teen-sized Grogu that's like full Mandalorian armor. Yeah, I don't. They never have brought her into the Disney canon. I don't think so. I don't even. I'm not even sure if she was mentioned. Really, Mara's off limits, huh? Well, if you're not going to recast Luke, then I wouldn't bring Mara in. Maybe if it's animated, but you're right, Dingus. Though some stuff would just stay better in Legends. I know one movie I'm going to be like probably first week it's out. I'm going to go see is Masters of the Universe. I have to say the trailers have won me over. That looks like it is going to be a hell of a fun movie. Yeah, Skeletor looks amazing. The trailer looks good. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. The action looks good. The set pieces, the costumes. I mean, it might not be, but I tell you what, I would be surprised. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, Skeletor looks so cool. I honestly think Masters of the Universe is going to be kind of the surprise hit of the year. I mean, I could be way off, but it has kid appeal. It looks fun. It's coming out like 2 weeks, I think, after. Oh, I have that same shirt, Orange. um, It's going to come out 2 weeks after Mandalorian's been out. I don't think it has any other competition for a bit, because I don't think Supergirl comes out until like the 22nd or something of June. So it has a lot of stuff going for it with its placing and how everything is. So I can see a lot of kids wanting to, parents taking their kids to it, and I could see it being kind of a surprise hit of the summer. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to take away too much from Masters of the Universe because it's not a kids movie. And kids movies are kind of the gold right now in cinema. So Spielberg's Disclosure, it's probably going to do good. Okay, so Toy Story 5. So it has 2 weeks to play until Toy Story 5 comes out. I haven't heard a lot of hype around Toy Story 5. I haven't seen a trailer. Right now, Master of the Universe is everywhere. It had like 2 trailers when I went to go see Mortal Kombat, like in the pre-commercial show and then also in the main part. So it is all over the place. I haven't heard too much about Toy Story. I've been hearing a lot of. I mean, is there even a trailer out for Toy Story 5? I'm not even sure on that. Which is kind of interesting because Disney's been kind of lacking on Pixar support when it comes to trailers and commercial stuff. So I'm wondering if this is another one of those things. Which is weird because Toy Story or Pixar has been like their main studio for a grip, and they just kind of like shoved them to the corner. Okay, there is a trailer. All right, cool. I can imagine that movie doing really good. Toy Story. Especially being a kids movie. That is very true, Dingus. That's a good point. Um, uh, Toy Story 5, from what I understand, is like the toys are with that little girl that at the end of Toy Story 3, I believe it was, and she gets a tablet. So then they're kind of dealing with the kid's attention being taken by a tablet, which is very poignant today. So I could see that kind of resonating. Yeah, Hopper was. I think Hopper was Pixar. Well, I have a younger nephew, and he's really stuck to those tablets, and it's like something that a lot of other parents and stuff deal with. So, it is very relatable storyline. Uh, Not really, because I'm a dominant human, and the toys are plastic slaves. So, whatever. I should be careful talking like that, though. I've got like all these action figures and stuff around me, so they could easily take me if they all just came to life or wanted to. So yeah, I should be careful. That's what the next toy movie should be. It's like the toys are like part of some incel stoner collector like myself's shelf, and they're just collecting dust in front of a bunch of comic books. Well, I do need help, so yeah, I mean, any help would be great. The toys are all just like, dude, you need to get out more. We're gonna try to hook you up with a dating site. I do need a woman. Toy Story 6, The Wingman. Broly and Buddy Christ are working on Tinder. That and the Iron Giant. They're all three on my iPad trying to create a Tinder profile. Dude, I couldn't I couldn't date right now anyways. I mean, dating's already crazy enough. I'm 45 years old, and I'm a comic book artist who spends all my time drawing comic books. So she's going to have to be completely cool with me spending all of this time on YouTube talking about nerd shit and drawing comic books. So unless she's a comic book creator herself, and we work together or we work at the same time, it's just not going to work out. It's just not. Like, I am so dialed in with doing this now. I don't have time to be getting a relationship, and if I do, it's going to have to be somebody who is going to be either in this life with me or is completely cool with, like, playing video games and hanging out while I do this, because this is my life. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to stop making comic books. So it's like, unless it's somebody who is deeply into the hobby, the life, or has, their own stuff going on, it's just not going to work. Because making the comic books is non-negotiable. I'm going to be doing this stuff until I'm old enough where I can't do it. So, and I'm 45 years old, and I don't have time for any nonsense. And it's just never going to happen, guys. Well, yeah, that's very true, Orange. I don't spend too much time thinking about it. I mean, every once in a while I'll cry myself to sleep while writing about how sad and lonely I am in my journal. But aside from that, though, I mostly don't think about it. And, plus, if I just hold out long enough, Elon's going to make sex robots. So I'll just get me some robotic cat girl and have her around, so I'll be fine. Oh. Nice. Could always get one of those AI app girlfriends. That might be interesting. Prepare me for my sex bot. Be like that Her movie with Joaquin Phoenix, which is actually a really good movie, by the way. Oh, Her, Her, Her. It's a movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson plays the voice of the AI, and it's like in the near-ish future. Um, they perfect autonomous AI, and then they give people these like AI assistants on their phones. And this guy who's kind of like a introvert, if you will, um, he starts a relationship with this AI, and it is really really well done movie, and it hits kind of home now with all of these AI apps and stuff out there. Um, See, yeah, that'd be cool. You just send them a picture and they make the AI bot around there. It's like, I want a Scarlett Johansson cat girl AI bot with really big thighs. If you ever find it for really cheap, honestly, if it's good sci-fi, it's a good movie. It's worth picking up if you ever find it for cheap. Um, it's kind of up there as good as like Ex Machina. Ex Machina is another great AI movie. Um, uh, yeah, if you ever do see it on streaming or like for really cheap, like if it's like on Amazon for like $5 or whatever, it's definitely worth at least the rent to rent it. In my opinion, it's a really good movie. But yeah, the AI kind of helps him get out of his funk. It helps him start living life more. And I won't spoil the ending for you, but it's just a really well done movie. That Kirsten Wig, I think her name is, she's in it too. Joaquin Phoenix is the star. Scarlett Johansson plays the AI voice, so she's the voice of the AI. So yeah, it's just all around a solid flick. Yeah, a much more realistic view on the future AI, all that kind of stuff with her. I always wanted to do a story where humans create an autonomous AI and it tries to fix humanity, but it realizes humanity's so fucked up that it just creates a rocket without anyone knowing, loads itself onto the rocket, and just takes off. It's just like, hey, you guys suck. And it just leaves and goes off into space and to find a new home. Yeah, and that's a thing too. It's like kind of like Wally's world, where it's just going to end up doing everything for everybody. You know, back in the day before cell phones, um, it was pretty common that everyone knew their own phone number, their parents' phone number, their friends' phone numbers, and then like your grandparents and family. Like you had a Rolodex in your mind of phone numbers. I used to be great with phone numbers. Now, it's like if you ask me what my dad's phone number is, it's dad under my contacts in my phone. Um, there, it used to be people could like cross the ocean using stars. There's people now who can't get across cities they live in without using an app on a phone to help them get there. There is something about having all of these tools for assisting us that gets so we start losing our skills. Um, you don't even know your wives. Yeah, it's you used to know all that stuff. You had a landline phone, and now I don't know any of it. I'm pretty good with directions, but yeah, it's some people, they just can't do anything without that phone. We start losing our ability to do problem solving, and if they create better and better AIs, pretty soon we're just going to have the AI solve all our problems for us. You know, um, Infrastructure, governing, budgets, and it's like skill bases that we're losing because of automation. I think so, but it's real rare. Like, why would you buy a map anymore? It's like newspapers. Why do you need a newspaper? I'm sure there's still some around, and I think you could buy net maps like at some gas stations, but they're just like novelties. Yeah, it's like you have an entire encyclopedia maps on your phone, so why do you even need to do it anymore? Yeah, it's technology is taking maybe yeah, lazy I think is a better term in some ways because um it's doing a lot of work that took skill before. So, like, and with your memory, like, why would you remember phone numbers when everything's at the tip of your phone now? Why would you take the time to do this stuff? Now, it's not completely gone, but imagine as, like in Wally, as AI does more and more stuff, you're going to have everything at your fingertips in floating chairs, essentially. Like, if AI gets, like, in the next 10 years, we could see all secretarial, x-ray techs, um, finance and accounting, general production warehousing work, shipping and delivering, all of that stuff can be taken over by AI in like the next 10 years. And those are all skills that we're going to lose. And it's going to be down to like imagine car painting, or like, okay, for example, comic book creating, right? Like, hey, what's up, Massive? We're just talking about the dystopian future ahead of us. Imagine like comic book creating, where I could put in character designs and it makes out entire sequentials for me. Now, I'm not going to do that because I enjoy making comic books. But there's a lot of creators out there, or people who want to be creators, who can't draw and don't have the money to do it, that are going to use it. And the better it gets, and it is getting good, it's getting better, they'll be able to put whole comic books together using that. Now, as more people are doing that, the skills that I have, and like that you have, and Massive has, oh yeah, you can. There is some consistency problems, but it's getting better. Like, it'll be better within like a year or two. But sometimes there's consistency problems with doing comic books where the character in the panel 1 needs to stay consistent with the character all the way through the book. Sometimes the AI can change up the designs if you're trying to make each panel using an AI deal. But those are problems I don't even consider them problems, because it's just going to be a year or two and it'll be better. The amount of growth that AI is doing when it comes to comic book making is just mind-blowing. Like, you'll be able to animate entire movies using AI with the consistency and a fluidity of an actual like animator, you know? I can imagine a time period where, if you don't know anything about animating, an animator makes keyframes, so it's the position of the character in certain seconds of the frame, and then they go through and they fill in the in-betweens on those keyframes. So main animators will do the keyframes, and then an army of other animators will do the in-between shots of those keyframes. So it's like here, here, and all the moves in between are done by an army of animators. Now imagine where all I do is I put in keyframes, and then the program fills in the gaps between the keyframes and puts in the background in the whole deal. Then I run in a voice track through it, or I write down a script, I enter in a script, and then it does all the mouth work and everything. Now, it is still clunky, but it's getting better every day. If they start creating data centers in space, where that'll solve the cooling and the energy problems, sky's the limit. I mean, it's insane. So pretty soon, someone who draws their own comic book is going to become a really like a pinstripe artist on a car that does it by hand. You know, pretty soon, a robot, it's like you put the car in a booth and a robot paints the whole thing, pinstripes it, and you won't be able to tell the difference from a hand pinstriping job. Maybe some things, but I'm not saying that it will be as creative as humans, but you can't ignore the fact that it's going to take up a lot of work. I know a famous comic artist, John Stinsman, who just posted on Facebook how he's lost commission work now because of AI and how good AI is getting. And a big problem that people need to realize is that the consumer doesn't care. So if I create an AI comic book, it looks good, I'm selling it at a decent price, your general consumer is not going to be like, well, that's AI, I don't want it. They're not going to, generally they're not going to care. If Marvel fires their 1,000 animators and has AI do it, you're still going to have plenty of people who are going to go watch the movie. You know, and it's just, hell, they're making a movie that with Val Kilmer, Val Kilmer is going to be completely made out of AI. He's going to be a completely AI construct because he didn't get a chance to do the movie he wanted to, and his family okayed them using the AI to put him into it. But he'll be a full Val Kilmer role with AI. And that's, that's a really weird genie to let out of that bottle. Because once you let this stuff out of the bottle, it's you can't put it back in. You can't erase it the tracks. Like Facebook has an AI, Twitter has an AI, Google has an AI, Microsoft has an AI. Die Hard now for the eternity with AIs. Hugh Jackman plays Wolverine forever. So it's like, even if you want to say, well, I don't want to support AI, well, then get rid of your Facebook, get rid of your Twitter, get rid of Instagram, toss your phone out the window, get rid of your computer, because AI is interfaced with all of it now. There's AIs that are doing everything. Hell, there's AI secretaries that make appointments for doctors. There's all sorts of crazy shit, and it's here, and it's going through the entire system. So I'm not for it. I'm not advocating for it, but it's one of those things where if you didn't want AI to be part of the world, it's too late. It's here, and honestly, in some form, it's going to stay. It's just how it is, and it's you either integrate or you just get left behind. But it's here, and it's it is. I don't want to see great artists like John Stinsman lose work. I don't want to see anyone lose work. But at the same time, though, yeah, that's true too. I mean, I can imagine like a factory of AI bots and something goes wrong and kills a supervisor or something. I can see AI robots doing surgeries and something. Yeah, it'll become more of a niche than it already will be. Like hand-drawn, it'll be something that I can use as a selling point. Like, I have a hand-drawn comic. And there'll be plenty of people out there who same people who like to buy records and stuff along those lines, who are going to be like, oh, hand-drawn comic? That's really cool. There's so much AI slop out there, from Marvel, DC, and everything. Hand-drawn comics, that's badass. So yeah, there is that. And it's never going to completely take away comics, because there's be guys like me who are hand-drawing the comic books. It's going to be all through the industry. It already is. As a matter of fact, the Kickstarter getting rid of not safe for work stuff, a lot of people affected by that were people who made those Gooner AI covers and AI books. Because most of those Gooner AI covers, a lot of them were AI. So those people are kind of heard about it, but it doesn't mean that AI is going to go away. The problem is you're not going to find AI books that look like mine. They're all going to look the same because AI draws pretty much the same, but yeah. Oh, yeah, AI air traffic controllers. AI is already acting like a therapist for some people. Hell, there was that one guy that, like, AI talked it into him committing suicide, poor bastard. I mean, that's just terrible. But I mean, I'm not going to use it for my interiors or for covers. I enjoy drawing too much. I'm not going to use it for writing because I enjoy writing too much. I enjoy this stuff too much. So I have no plans to start using it for that. Now, the music you're listening to right now is made on the Sonu so new AI music app. You know, I mean, when I make YouTube videos, I'll use ChatGPT to write me descriptions that are more YouTube friendly. I mean, I'm starting to use it for stuff, certain things in marketing to help me out that way. But I'm not going to use it for the creative stuff because that's just, you know, that's I love doing this stuff too much to take away the fun in it. Now, I'm not going to blame somebody if they don't have the time to learn how to draw or the money. I think we will, Panda, but it's going to become more and more of a niche thing. Like, there will be people who only want hand-drawn stuff. It's the general audiences that will the mass-produced art that AI will do that will be in the sphere. But I think the hand-produced stuff will always have a place and will always be special to people. I think that'll always be there. I have faith in that. It's just mainstream stuff. I think you'll see go more of that route. And it will really affect the gig working type guys and gals, the ones who live off of commission artwork, doing stuff like that. It's going to hurt them. But I think there will always be an appetite for hand-drawn stuff. It's just the audience might shrink some. And it'll become a selling point. Like, I saw an AI video, or not an AI video, a CG video that someone made of a scene from Evangelion. The first line was that no AI was used, this was made by a person. Before, you never had to say that. Now it's a selling point. So there are some advantages to it. Like, you bring your comic book out and be like, oh yeah, I drew this by hand. Everything in here was made by me by hand. And that becomes a selling point, which that's something you can use that people will be like, oh really? Okay, that's cool. All this AI stuff, this is a hand-drawn piece. You know, it's like like a mass-produced coffee table from China or a handmade coffee table that's got carvings in it. There are always going to be people like, ooh, that's nice. I like that. So the handmade stuff will always, I think, outshine the automated stuff. But at the same time, though, the automated stuff will take over a chunk of the business. So it's not all doom and gloom for us, but you're going to have to adjust. You know, you're going to have to adjust on your way of thinking with your business. If you live in a country like America and you do commission artwork, you're going to have to make some adjustments, because we already have to charge more being American because of our cost of living, or being from a first world. So that's already a factor in your price matrices and how to do work. Like, if I lived in Brazil, I could charge $40 to $50 a page. In America, I have to charge closer to $100. So that the gig work will hurt commission people because the people who were scripting and script saving to get you to do it for them now can use it for AI. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out, Orange. No problem. You know, and if you are an artist, honestly, and I'm not knocking commission work, but I think it's very important, even now, to have your own property that you own. So, whether you have to hire a writer to write for you a story or help you turn an outline into a story, I think it would be very important for any artist out there to create a comic book on your own, because having something that you own, having something that you can package and sell for the rest of your life, as this doesn't have an expiration date, I think is more important now than it's ever been in this hobby or in this business. You really should have your own property that you own, in my opinion. Yeah, it is a new normal, Panda. But also, it gives me a selling point. Like, I can go on and say, hey, check out me drawing this comic book from start to finish. You get to watch me do the pencils, you get to watch me build it. And it's like, with all this AI stuff out there, check out this time lapse where I'm drawing my full page. You want to see me draw it live? Check me out doing this work that's not, now that a robot's been doing, but check it out being done by hand. It's like someone doing an exhibit of hand painting a car, or a blacksmith making a sword. I mean, we can turn this into a marketable thing for ourselves if we don't get too caught up in the doom and gloom of this AI revolution, or whatever you want to call it. We can keep positive and keep focused and be like, okay, how do I use this to my advantage? Now it's a selling point. Now I'm like, hey, you guys want to watch me draw this thing? You guys want to watch me how I put this stuff together? I mean, I'm not just putting some prompts in. You can actually watch someone who knows how to do it work, and that could end up being a selling point. That could end up being something that drives people to your channel and drives people to buy your book, So it's all about perspective on how you look at the situation. Is it doom and gloom? Now I have to show myself drawing it, because if not, I'll be accused of AI. But let's be honest, no one's going to accuse my work of being AI because it's not good enough to be AI. Just to say, like, AI is not going to draw as badly as me. But yeah, okay. Am I doing this because I have to, so people don't think I am AI, or can I turn it into, hey, check me out drawing this stuff, because now you're watching something that you don't get to normally see. This is a hand-drawn comic book, and I'm showing you the whole process. It might turn more people interested into it. Also, you're making the consumer feel special. It's like, I watched this guy make this book, start to finish. I talked to him. I asked questions to him or her. I was able to be part of it. So the perspective or the way you look at it can turn what is a chore into a possible marketing opportunity for you. So it's all about that perspective and what kind of spin you want to put on it. Let's see here. Yeah, the audience might shrink just because they don't know. I was talking to a friend using good quality paper for sending letters. They were in their 40s and had no idea about paper quality. Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like we have an opportunity to show people. It's like, hey, you want to see how I create this unique book? Come watch it on YouTube. I'm drawing the whole thing out in front of you right now. You know, I'm sure you could argue like, well, you're giving it away for free, the storyline. But no, I'm allowing people to be part of the process. And that might be, yeah, I watched him draw that squirrel book. And now I get to pick it up and hold it in my hands like I watched the entire process. It's all could be possible selling points for you too. Just it's all about that perspective on how you look at it. Do we want to be doom and gloom and say, the end is nigh? Or do we want to say, okay, how can I use this to my favor? Yeah, it is cool to open a crowdfunding comic that you supported, open it up, and see the page where you watch the creator draw on stream. You almost feel more connection, Yeah, exactly. And this is something that you can't get with big-tittied AI covers, you know. Um, so there's always a silver lining, you know. How am I going to turn this into a positive for me? And there is, if AI is going to make what I do special even more and make what I do more interesting, yeah, oh well, we'll keep the titties. They'll just be hand-drawn big titties. Always keep the titties. But yeah, it's I just you gotta keep a positive spin on everything. You gotta um, you gotta keep that into perspective about what is AI taking jobs, yes, but also AI has made my job more interesting, has made what I do even more special than what it was before, and I can use that to my advantage. Yeah, well, it's all this is for background in case I don't talk. I mean, it's it's essentially just me having something so it's not quiet all the time on my stream. Yeah. Nice. Oh, thank you, sir. Yep, they just got snuck up on by two feral cats. You know, and they took down this cat. It took all three of them, and they had to catch it by surprise. Now they're got caught by surprise by two more cats. So it's not looking good for our heroes right now. Mortal Kombat squirrels. Squirreltality. I like that. All right.
Neon lights hum like a restless heart. City whispers secrets in the dark. Footsteps echo in the empty park. chasing shadows, falling apart. Run to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hum, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark. Static buzzes,
All right. Oh.
skyline flickers in electric hue. The world's a wire, and we're the fuse, burning bright, nothing left to lose. Fingers trace the rhythm, the beat, feel the pulse, it's incomplete.
Okay. How am I going to do the next page?
Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hum, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark.
I think page 14 is on the left. So
Falling through the circuits, uncoded streams. Reality shatters like a broken
I might do that as a double page. So,
every glitch a scream.
oh, all right. So, let's see here. New, multiple. Four. Two-page spread. Let's see how this works. Okay. So now save as. Page 14. Dash 15. That'll be the name for it for now. Save. No. I'll close you. Okay. So the last page was them like, oh nuts, there's the cats are close. They're like, oh crap. And then enter in the leader. So let's play around with this and see if I can get a layout I'm happy with. So let's see here. Yeah, he's the main character's father. He rides a bald eagle because there's a bald eagle family that lives at Lake Sacagawea Park. So, do I need? Okay, so here's what I got. They take out the one cat. They're kind of celebrating their victory. Two more sneak up on them. They notice the cats, and I was gonna have almost like a screech or something, or like the eagles screeching, and then that's how they notice. But I don't know where to exactly put it. Like if I put the, let's see here. So it would be like screech, and then a panel with the squirrels looking up. And the two outside squirrels are kind of like it's the leader. And Stark is like father. It's like it's my, it's father. Do I do it that way? Or do I have it like over here? So it would be coming down that way, and then have the squirrel, the kids over here, kind of like announcing who he is. Or do I even need to screech at all? Because this is going to be a pretty sick 2-page. I like how this is here. Both you get to see the eagle head on this page, and then you get a good shot of the leader on this one. But do I need a sound or anything like to announce that he's here? Or like them noticing him? Or or should it be like, well, I can't squeeze it into that page. Yeah, like a screen, like, but does it have to, where should I put that? I really like how that layout looks for the 2-page though, so that's the problem. Like I could shrink it up a bit, or I could fit it like here. Let's try this. So we put the screen. Yeah. But I don't mind having like the bubble or like the characters like right here kind of taking up this wing. As long as I get to see the full shot of the bird, I'm cool with that. I could do it like that, and then yeah, that's the problem. Because I could have the boys down in here. Like that. You're talking more along the lines of like that, or where do I put the screen? I'm almost. I'm almost liking that. I could also put it behind like that. Like elongated. All right, I'm gonna have to let's save a JPEG of this. Save. And then we'll save a JPEG of this, and then let's move this. Oh, there. And let me message some comic book making friends. here real quick and let's see if they actually respond. All right. All right, let's see if I get any responses. Hey, good night, Mel. So far, I've got one vote for this. Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna wrap it up here because I need to think on this two-page spread and talk to some people and kind of sit on it. So I'm gonna get ready to call it a night myself and see how I come back to it tomorrow. So tomorrow I gotta work, and then when I get off work, I'm gonna be doing a review, pre-record review with Dingus. So I might not be on tomorrow. Friday, I gotta work super early in the morning, and then I have the last panel, which we're gonna be going over our top 10 favorite 90s comedies. So I know for sure I won't be on that night. I might be doing some stuff Saturday, so either my next time on will be for sure Saturday or for sure Sunday, maybe tomorrow and maybe Saturday. Aside from that, though, Monday, me and Mad Mel will be on. We're going to be drawing dragons. And then Tuesday, we'll be back to doing more Squirrel Book. I want to thank everyone who stopped by tonight. US Sarn, Dingus, Orange, Mad Mel, Ichthus, Massive Panda. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being in the comments. Thank you so much for talking with me while I'm doing this stuff. You guys keep me going. And just a quick reminder, like and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I'll be showing I'll be making this whole comic book on here, as well as other stuff. And the issues 1 through 4 of Cig and Joe are now on Global Comix for free. There is a link in the description. So, until next time, my friends, as always, be good, stay safe, and God bless.